Hi guys. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Want to say hi to a few people. Simply Jan Homestead, and thank you for sharing. Luann with Blackberry Rock Homestead, thank you for sharing. Okies Eden, hello, welcome. Butler Family Farm, hi Jerry and Susan. Ariella Viking Venturer, welcome in. Straight from Australia, who's having 96-degree weather instead of really, really cold. I'm almost nearly jealous. Hello, Stephanie. How are you? And Ann Philback, welcome in. So today was a super, super cold day. And I spent most of the time inside. I did go outside to feed and water the chickens. I came in and then I went back outside and brought the outside cats some dry cat food up under a thing. I'm trying to get my hubby to find her so he can bring her into the utility room, which is this room right here, so she can spend the next few days inside and stay nice and warm. So he is outside setting up the heaters for the chickens right now. He just got home from work, so he'll be coming in this door here in a bit. So you'll see him. You'll see him here shortly. So yeah, and then I had a few items to mail today, so I had to get some things in the mail. And I know some of you guys that are in here today are getting some mail from me, so be looking for that. Let me know when you get it. So yeah, basically used all my stamps, and now I need about 4 more stamps for the thing I'm working on right now currently. Hello, Tammy with Mountain Grandma. How are you? So anyway, I had a few things. I wrote some things down I needed to talk about or wanted to talk about. I was just going to mention the weather. It's been cold and rainy here, and it's going to get down really low tonight, Saturday and Sunday. I think it might even go on into Monday. Welcome in, Daniel Berry's Sports Highlight. Welcome in. So it's been raining all day, but the snow is maybe going to come in at 8 o'clock according to the forecast. We haven't had any snow in Texas yet. So I do want to see some snow. However, it was kind of nice to be able to do gardening in January, but I believe that's over for a bit. But you never know. It might be right back to 70 degrees after this cold snap comes through. So if you know what your temperature is in your state, put your temperature and what state you're in so we can see what this temperature is everywhere. That would be cool to know. All right. I'm going to check off my little list here as I talk about things. I did my survival seeds entry on put that video out this week, and the seeds are, is it this one or this one? No, it's this one. I put this so I wouldn't lose it. This year they're going to be doing watermelon, zucchini, tomatillas, spinach, shishito peppers, brandywine tomatoes, cantaloupe, bell pepper, cucumber, celery, basil, and Roma tomatoes. That is what that's the list that they're possibly going to be picking from. I put that here so I wouldn't lose it, so it's easy to find. So I went ahead and put out my entry video for that and submitted it on the form. Hello, Tamara, and I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. It is negative 19 degrees. And where are you at, Tamara? Okay, Ariella is in Australia and is currently 82 degrees at 10 a.m. and that's over in Australia. So she is actually warm right now and not freezing. So that's totally different. Let's see. There is a cake collaboration coming up next month, and that is being hosted by Tina with Life in the Piedmont and Tammy with Mountain Grandma. There will be scheduled videos coming out. There will be a giveaway. So if you want to go comment on those videos so you can get a chance to win in these giveaways, if that's something you like to do. There's going to be some cool recipes, some full fat versions, some low fat, gluten-free, healthy recipes. It's going to be a little mix of everything in there. Tuesday will be 104. Wow. It's 14 degrees in Missouri. Wow. I think I don't know what it is right now. I haven't looked at it in a while. So I just sent off some postage stamps for the seed swap that Adrian's doing. I was going to send her seeds, but she told me that I had already given her seeds. When I saw her back in June, I gave her seeds for the IBG seed swap. I guess I was trying to save on postage. And then I turned around and sent her a card that had postage in it to be able to mail mine back. So I totally forgot that I had already given her seeds for that. So, whoops. Oh, yeah. Tamara said she lives in Iowa. So it is cold in Iowa. You'll be cold in Virginia next week. Jesus is Lord. Welcome in. Oh, did you? Drop to 10 degrees. Brr. So that will be coming. I look forward to doing that every year. I gotta say, I really don't necessarily need anything. I mean, my seed bucket is getting heavier and heavier and heavier. I was like, hubby, why is it so heavy? He goes, you got a lot of seeds. I'm like, no, I don't. I don't have nearly as many seeds as some of you guys. But I guess I do have a lot. But I end up planting last year's seed swap seeds this year and this year's seed swap seeds next year. But I love doing it because you get such a variety of different things and a lot of flowers that you can't just find in the store. So I really, really love that. Some herbs I can't find in the store. The only thing I couldn't find in my stash that I actually needed was parsley. So I actually just picked that up at Dollar Tree the other day. I just grabbed 3 packs of it. I might grab some more because I really would like to dehydrate it and have it last through the whole year. Grow enough to last the year would be really nice. Just get myself a nice mason jar full of parsley that I can cook with all year long. So my husband and I will be doing a meetup in Texas in March. It's going to be on the 27th, 28th, and 29th. It's going to be in the city of Jacksboro, Texas, and it's going to be at the Fort Richardson State Park. There actually is a fort there. There's some cabins, there's some places for tents, and there's hotels really close. And it's a really cool park, and we're going to be doing a meetup there. It'll be the first annual meetup. If you are interested in coming to the meetup, if you will email me at this email right here, I'll give you all the information you need about that. Or if you're interested in giving away an item at the meetup to advertise your channel, let me know. You can mail that to me and just, put on there for the Lone Star Meetup, and I'll bring it onto the meetup. Be sure to put your sticker or your channel name somewhere on the item so I can advertise your channel when we hand it out. Oh, no, I don't like the ice either. I don't really plan on driving anywhere. I wish you could, Ariella. If I hit the lottery, I'd have to play the lottery to hit the lottery. But if I had a bunch of money all at one time, I would totally bring you over here. I don't know what all kinds of things you would need to do for that. if it would be applying for a green card. I really don't know how all that stuff works. I watched Lori's World's video about moving from Canada to the US. And her husband was a US citizen and her mom. So that actually made it easier for the three of them to get here, because she could get there from them. I grow and dry my herbs every year to keep them fresh. It's a great idea. Yep. Especially with how things are in the store now. They're adding all these extra ingredients to our foods and different things. It's best to do as much of everything as you possibly can with the amount of energy you have and the funds you have to do the very best you can, because eating organic and healthy and finding products with clean ingredients, it costs money, and it's really easier if you can do a lot of gardening. Yeah. I'm going to make soaps while we're hunkered down. That's a great idea. I thought what I might do while we're hunkered down. Oh yeah, this is it. This is what I'm going to do. Tomorrow, my mom and I are going to do a Broken Hearts Ministry fundraiser. It'll be in the middle of the day, somewhere around 12 or between 12 and 2 o'clock tomorrow. We're going to do a fundraiser for Broken Hearts Ministry, which, if you haven't heard about Broken Hearts Ministry, it is my other channel, and it is a homeless ministry that was started in the name of my sister Gretchen, who passed away, who had been homeless over there in Colorado and was actually trying to cross the road and got hit by a car, and she was killed. And my mom wanted to name the ministry Broken Hearts Ministry. She passed away in October of 2022, and we started the ministry in December of 2022. And so we go to Abilene, Texas, where my mom lives, and we hand out non-perishable food and toiletries, coats, blankets, sleeping bags, whatever's donated. We donate these items. We go around in her vehicle, and we drive around and we look for people and we hand things out. So we actually just got through doing this. We saw 10 men and about 2 women. And they were taking all the blankets and coats and scarves and hats and all those things. And I appreciate you guys who donated to the ministry. That really seriously helps. Or if you're a member to the channel for Broken Hearts Ministry, all of the memberships, super chats, everything in that channel goes straight into the ministry. I actually do videos on what items are purchased with the paychecks. It's basically got 2 paychecks so far. I made a video on both times that got paid and showed you exactly what was bought with it. Thank you, Heather. Okay. I'm marking off things as I mentioned them. My mom will be up on the live for the Broken Hearts Ministry fundraiser tomorrow. If you're interested, I figured since we were kind of all stuck in the house, that'd be a good time to do that. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time will be a Suno Family Creates Live that I'm going to be doing with Echo from Kaleidoscope of Happiness. It is a year-long collab about Suno music, or if you make music on a different program, you can also enter that under Suno Family Creates. And we're going to be up talking about that and playing some of the music that people send. So if you are a Suno music creator or a AI music creator, you can email the song you want played to Echo over at Kaleidoscope of Happiness, and she will do her best to try to bring that song up and play it for the group.
Sorry.
Hello, Linda, with another time. He's coming in from working outside. Cold, I'm sure. He looks cold. He's bundled up, man. You should see him. He is all kinds of bundled up over here.
She must.
Okay.
We'll check again tonight. She might have found herself a warm spot pulled up there.
Okay.
Because she was out here this morning.
Interesting. So today for lunch, I made a chaffle burger. So the burger patty was separate. I made that separate, but I took, just Jason Keto's type recipe with the egg and the cheese. And I actually took some red onion and caramelized them in a pan and put them into the mixture and made a burger, basically a burger patty with a chaffle, and had my burger patty in the middle. Had that with some clementines and some cottage cheese, and that was my lunch today. And it was pretty good. I bet there's some other things you could add to it. And then last night was the first time hubby got to try a cinnamon toast crunch chaffle, and we had those like a little dessert. He purchased a new mini chaffle maker for me, which is basically bun size. So if you wanted to make yourself a breakfast sausage sandwich or a burger, chaffle is like the perfect size for a bun. Let's see if I missed any comments.
I'm going to go to the store.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. All righty. Let's see if I missed anything. Oh, it's just freezing over there where Linda is. I have to put cornbread in the oven. Oh, that sounds good. I'm supposed to be making some cornbread for our church dinner on Sundays, provided we go because the weather is so bad. We'll see what happens with that. But I was planning to make some Mexican cornbread for church. They were going to have like soups, stews, and chilies. And I thought, wouldn't that be perfect to have some Mexican cornbread with that? So that is my plan. And I have all the items already. Just made my first milled sandwich. Oh, milled out of your own, I guess wheat. Is it wheat berries you're doing, Ann? That's awesome. I haven't tried that. Maybe someday. I'll never say never, but someday. All right. Let's see. So last weekend, hubby and I had our very first, we had our 11th wedding anniversary, and we went to a Japanese grill where they cook the food up in front of you. The guys throwing the knives and making the fire and all the things. Have a little short on it. Food was really, really good. Obviously, I'm not used to going out to eat anymore. I've been eating really good since December 26th, pretty much the day after Christmas, I started eating well. Hello, Jennifer with Jennifer Ocean Homestead. Welcome in. Temp in the 20s and wind is blowing as well. Yes, the temp is not that bad, but the wind makes it freezing. As my sister's like, well, what's the temp? And I told her, I was like, I know that doesn't sound cold, but it's cold because that wind. Yeah, maybe someday I'll try that. There's so many things I want to do. One of my projects is to make homemade corn tortillas. And I actually have a brand new tortilla press that hubby bought me. And so I'm going to be I'll probably make corn. I'll probably make flour. I'm going to make some of these other, flax meal, tapioca, cassava. I'll probably try to make some of those type of tortillas too. We'll see what I come up with. And I'll probably end up trying all the recipes first because I don't want to try the recipe and then it doesn't turn out. And I would like to create some of my own chaffle recipes too. I had an idea for one. I did tell it to Tammy earlier. I just make regular tortillas with regular flour, super easy. Yeah, I'm probably going to do that. Now that I have the tortilla press, I'll probably try all the different kinds of tortillas and kind of come up with some. And I don't know if you can freeze fresh tortillas or not, if that would mess them up. You just need to basically make them the same day you're going to use them. I don't really know. I've never really done it before. So I have made, bread dough and pie dough and stuff like that. There is a cool collaboration that's coming up for this spring and fall. Hello, Nancy. Welcome in. So there's a cool collaboration coming up for the spring called Grow What You Eat 26. This is being hosted by Kathy with Resourceful Living Homestead, Susan with Butler Family Farm, and Jan from Simply Jan Homestead. And it's basically showing your vegetables or fruits and showing yourself preserving it, dehydrating it, freeze drying it, freezing it, or even cooking it in a recipe. So any kind of using of your fruits and vegetables. So, I'm going to try to really, really focus this year on only growing things I actually eat, except for flowers, because flowers bring me joy. Hello, Lori. How are you? I thought it was Wednesday. Nope, Friday. If it was Wednesday, Heather would be with me. See? Yep. So I think that's a really cool collab. I have an entry coming out for that collaboration. You just do a little entry video. I just did a little 3-minute video. Just saying I was going to join. That's pretty much it. That video will come out next week. I think so, Anne. I mean, if they said the entry video comes out, can go ahead and come out, then I'm thinking, are you talking about Grow What You Eat or Survival Seeds, or both, or either? Because I've actually already done my entry videos for both. I did them separately. And I actually have another video. It will come out, I think, Tuesday, showing some some seeds I planted in hydroponics for both of those collaborations. Oh, good idea there, Ariella. Good idea. Hi, Jamie. How are you? Oh, no. Jamie's watching the ad, so I don't know if you can hear me or not, Jamie, but hi. So there's another collaboration coming out in May, and this collaboration is being hosted by Tammy with Mountain Grandma, Heather with Milk and Honey Heritage Farms, and myself, Gail Southern Living. It is going to be the Healthy Snack collaboration. If you are interested in doing a video for that, if you would email Mountain Grandma at mountaingrandma2021@yahoo.com and let her know that you would like to join that. And she is going to be making up a calendar for that. And we're going to, be ironing out some more details on that collaboration in March. And more than likely, there will be a giveaway attached to that one. The Ozark meetup is coming up in June. Jan, if you're in here, will you put the dates up for that? I need to write them down on my laptop so I can name them every time. If you're interested in going to the Ozark meetup, which takes place in Missouri, you can email simplyjanhomestead@gmail.com for details. You can also mail her anything you want to donate to her meetup. I am going to be hosting it, and Linda from Another Time, the three of us together, are going to be hosting that collab. So if you have any questions, you can email us. We'll let you know all the details on that. So I'm just checking off my list here on everything. So for about a week now, I've been dealing with some congestion, taking some over-the-counter medicines. And today I decided I was going to drink some mullein tea, which I got the tea from Kathleen with My Alabama Farm Life, sent it last year when I got sick. So I got sick about this time last year too. So this is my typical time to get sick, with when the weather's changing and stuff like that, and probably some certain things are high. So the tea that she sent me, let me show you what it looks like. Whoop. Hold on. mullein tea. Now, I haven't been able to grow it yet, but I do have some in hydroponics. So I'm hoping I'll be able to dry my own and make my own tea for next year. But mullein tea is supposed to be good for respiratory. And on this box, it's actually USDA organic. It says right there. Also, they use tea bags that are not bleached because, you know, there's several problems with getting your tea in tea bags. So I'm trying to start drinking loose leaf tea, but I did not get rid of this one because it's for my respiratory and it's organic and it's used unbleached tea bags. So, you know, if you have trouble with congestion and respiratory type problems, you may consider ordering this. If you need a picture of this closer up, if you'll email me, I'll take a picture of it for you so you can try to order that. Pretty sure she ordered this off Amazon, but that was so sweet of her to do. But I did not. I did throw my regular tea away because of all the bad things I've heard about tea lately. But I kept this one because this one's the good stuff. So, and I did buy some loose leaf tea, and I'm going to continue to purchase different kinds of loose leaf tea. I need to do an intro for Grow What You Eat. Yeah. I just did a simple 3-minute intro for survival seeds and a simple 3-minute intro for Grow What You Eat. Just real simple stuff. Hello, how are you? Howie with Food Forest Permaculture. Welcome in. I just stop and slow down to say that one. Food Forest Permaculture. I'm just going through the different comments to make sure I'm not missing anything. I apologize for those members I've dropped. Yes, I understand. Yeah, you're trying to get into your student housings. We understand. That's with me too. Anytime I have memberships with people, I try to keep them as long as I can. And honestly, I try to do the 99-cent or $1.99 ones because, you know, I have so many, and with only getting paid from YouTube like every other month, I don't want to like mess up my account. So I don't have that many. What do you need me to post? The date of the Ozark meetup. Sorry, I need to write that down. I need to write that down. I'm sorry. Sorry. I need to write it down and put it on my laptop, or I'll maybe on a card back here. This is all the things I need to do or information I don't want to lose. Because I don't know if you know this about me. I have a habit of losing things. It happens. But I do want to grow my own mullein. It's in the hydroponics. We'll see how it goes. I started a few seeds that they're going to be doing for survival seeds. They were doing cantaloupe, and I had cantaloupe. I thought, well, cantaloupe's pretty basic. I can't remember if I started bell peppers, but I know I started some Genevieve basil, and that's the same kind they're using for that. But I do like to start basil anyway because it's a good companion plant with your tomatoes. And I like to have my basil and my marigolds already ready to put in the ground. So they're ahead of the plant so they can protect the plant with their smell. If they're too small, the bugs can attack them before they're up, ready to be protective with their smell. So I try to make sure I get all the plants around, and that seems to help. Yeah. Hello, 9 Acre Family Farm. Welcome in. Whoop, I lost my place. I was going right down the line, and all of a sudden I lost my place. So there will be an Ozark meetup in June with Simply Jan Homestead, and me and Linda are also co-hosting that with her. There will also be a meetup in March. My husband and I are doing that in Jacksboro, Texas. at the Fort Richardson State Park. Here's the information on the Ozark meetup. And they are doing that at a new location this year. Actually, we already have our RV spot set up for June the 5th through the 7th. So looking forward to that. That will be lots of fun. Okay. Jennifer Ocean Homestead is talking about, or she sells the Sipology with the medicinal teas. So if you're interested in that, she has put a link in here for that. Thank you, Jennifer. I enjoyed your live yesterday, Dale and Lisa. Thank you, Dale. Hello, Charles with Bushcraft Family. Welcome in. Trying to go through, make sure I've caught everything. Whoop. All right. Let me go back to my list. Okay, so I talked about that. I don't want to get stuck for words. So I always make a little paper. They're not the actual words, but just like a little cheat sheet of some stuff I can talk about and collabs and stuff I want to mention. Tammy is starting to do a herbal study hall live on Thursday nights. She's considering changing that to a different night. We'll see on that, but at this point she's done 2 of those lives. If you're interested and you're busy on Thursday night, you can always catch the replay on that. She has been studying herbs, doing some classes and clarifications. Yes, Jan will be live right after me tonight at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah. What I have missed both of her lives, the herbal lives, by accident. But what I did was the day after they played, I let them play on my TV because I have a TV in the kitchen now, right on the top of the refrigerator, because I spend a lot of time in here, and it's good to have a nice other TV to be able to play my favorite channels and stuff like that. So, yeah. So I've been watching her lives in here while I'm sipping my coffee, because I like to sit and drink my coffee slowly, uninterrupted, without talking. And I like to wake up. You know, I'm not a wake up and chatty Cathy kind of person. I'm like, no talkie before coffee. That's me. I like my coffee. All these health videos I've been watching, a lot of them are not talking about they're demonizing coffee or whatever, but it's really not coffee that's bad for you. It's the stuff you put in the coffee that's bad for you. But I'm not willing to give up my coffee. That's where I draw the line. So, but in case you're interested on what diet I'm doing or eating plan, I am basically doing a high protein diet, but I am not doing it for temporary. I've literally gone through all of the cabinets in this house, and there's literally one that has some baking items in it that are naughty that I can use to bake things for church and to bring places. But basically, I've lost 2 pounds so far, which isn't a lot, but it's better than nothing. I was super excited when I hit the scale and I had lost some weight. And I'm just going to try to stay consistent no matter what happens. I also started a let me go back. I also started a 31-day challenge to walk for every day in the month of January. Now, I did have to post a couple of these videos up early because of this weather. So the other day I had to do 3 because I didn't want to get outside and walk during those days. But yeah, so 31 days. It does form a habit. Today, I actually did walk, but I walked inside the house, what I'll do is set my timer when it's too hot or too cold. I'll set my timer on the microwave and I'll walk from the kitchen through the nook, through the dining room, down the stairs into the living room, and then I'll come back and I'll keep doing that for 10 minutes. The goal is to do 4 10-minute walks a day. And I would like to be back to where it was before, which is 10,000 steps a day. Right now, I'm averaging about 7,000 steps a day, and I do have a tracker. We need to set up a live to go over the new changes coming in YouTube. I would love to do that, Bushcraft family. Let me write that down. I would love to do that. That'd be awesome. I'd love to hear about the new changes. Let's see. Here's the link to tonight's live. Jen will be live in 25 minutes. If you guys want to pop over there, you got about 25 minutes left. Is that a scary thing? Well, the changes, I don't know what they are yet. We'll all find out together. I'll get that scheduled real soon. 2 pounds is 2 pounds. Yeah, my sister showed me a picture of like this glob of fat, what 2 pounds looks like. I was like, ew, that looks like a really big chicken breast. Anyway, not cooked. But anyway, I'm trying not to make this a temporary diet. This is going to be the way of eating from this point forward, to stop eating the ultra processed, bioengineered food dyes and bad seed oils and all the things they're putting in our food. I really don't want to eat that stuff anymore. And I've been doing really, really good. So I think it's an impactful change. Even if I don't get the weight loss I want, maybe I'll at least be healthier and have more energy. Maybe lose some of that brain fog that I get, probably from the bad foods. I feel like I feel like I do have more energy and a more positive attitude since starting to eat right, which I started pretty much December 26th. As soon as Christmas was over, I didn't bring any of the leftovers home or anything. I just stopped eating the bad stuff, and I came in and cleaned out all the cabinets and started doing all the research I could on finding the best quality products. And Heather and I are doing a live every Wednesday. 1 week it'll be on Milk and Honey Heritage Farm. 1 week it'll be on Gail's Health Journey, which is my other channel. I rebranded my old coupon channel, and I'm using that for my Health Journey channel. That's the channel that I did the walking challenge on. And so I'm doing really good on that. I would have loved to have got in a lot more steps today. Ginkgo helps with brain fog. Good to know. Yeah, we have to remember we didn't put the weight on overnight, and we're not going to lose it overnight. That is completely true. Yeah, it's completely true. You would think, though, that changing the types of food you eat, because I feel like some of us have the belly from not just what we eat, but I feel like some of that yucky bioengineered food that our body doesn't know how to process is right there in our belly, and we're just hanging on to it because our body doesn't know what to do with it. That's my opinion. I just think that. I don't know that for sure. I'm certainly not a my extreme elimination diet has changed my life. Stay with it. Yeah, I do feel like I have more energy. Hi, Tuber Chat. And the brain clarity is getting better. I could still need some more help. Hi, Adrian. How are you? I talked about your sweet seed swap earlier today. So if you missed it earlier, Indiana Backyard Gardener is doing a seed swap. If you're interested, you will email ibgseedswap@gmail.com. And yeah, it is the best seed swap I've seen on YouTube. And usually you send a wish list of 5 things and you get like tons more stuff than that. It's really cool. It's like Christmas. Yeah, I am going to still eat vegetables, but I am going to try to focus on the meat, on the protein. But I am a gardener. So I'm going to try to eat my vegetables and things like that, vegetables in season, a little bit of fruit for energy, and try to focus on the protein, the meat, the eggs, the good dairy. And so far it's really working. It does really curb your appetite to be eating protein. I actually do believe that the reason we eat so much is our brain is searching for that protein. Because I've heard that on videos over and over again, that you'll just keep eating stuff until your body gets enough protein. So if you're hungry between lunch and dinner, you didn't eat enough at lunch. If you're hungry after dinner, you didn't eat enough at dinner. And so that means we need to increase our portions. So we feel like we're eating too much food or too much meat, but that's actually what we need. And as we get older, we actually need more protein, not less. It actually starts less and goes higher. The closer you get to osteoporosis and arthritis and all these things, that's the more you need to be eating. So we almost need to really be eating double meat. Did you guys see Jan's plate of like seafood that she was eating? And she was talking about eating 3 plates. Literally, that was a protein-packed dinner right there. That was actually very good for you. All that. I mean, I don't eat that stuff that you're eating, but it was good. But I know it's good for you. I basically, as far as seafood goes, I basically eat fish. That's it. Just fish. Yeah. People don't know you can stop losing weight from not eating enough. Yes, that is true. It's like your body is holding on to it. It won't give it up. You need to eat more and make your body stop. If you get yourself satiated enough, full enough on protein, then you're not going to desire all those foods. So you need to try to make your plate more meat related and less other related. I do actually like vegetables, and I am a gardener, so I'm going to continue to eat. I'm going to eat more vegetables in the spring and summer when I grow them myself, and I'm going to eat less of them in the winter because I don't trust that they've not sprayed my stuff with Roundup, which has glyphosate in it. I don't trust them. I don't really trust the food industry at all anymore. I have no faith in it. Did you get your mail today, Heather? Did Anne send you something? Yep. And Kevin, that's when you need to eat like some beef jerky, a piece of cheese, some Greek yogurt, some cottage cheese. You need to eat yourself some eggs, eat yourself some protein. You normally eat 4 plates? Wow. Well, if you're eating that kind of food, it's good for you to eat that much. And, you've been through a lot health-wise, and I was actually really happy to see you eating that much because it's like, good. That's awesome, healthy seafood she's eating. So that's good for her. So I was happy about that. Well, for you guys who don't know, Simply Jan Homestead went through quite a health scare this year, and quite scared me actually. Um, but she finally got out of the hospital, and she seems to be doing well. But you could continue to pray for her that she'll stay. So my husband actually eats shrimp and things like shrimp and scallops and things like that when he goes out to eat, because I don't make that stuff. I do fish. And I got to be honest, I barely do that because I don't really like the smell of fish. I'm not really used to cooking fish. I grew up, my parents would make like catfish or bass or crappie, typical stuff you can uh, catch in a lake in Texas. Yeah. I used to be on the road with ground turkey. But really, I made myself eat it. I really wanted hamburger meat. But most of the videos I've been watching and the two nutritionists that I'm watching on YouTube, both of them are talking as if beef is better than turkey for you. So I thought rather than to force myself to eat turkey that I didn't want to eat, I would just eat the beef because that's what I really wanted. So I used to eat the turkey, but I don't force myself to eat it anymore. Yes, more beef. Yeah, they say if you eat what you like from what you can eat, then you won't feel like you're on a diet. It'll just be your way of life. And that's what I want it to be. I want this to be my way of life. So rather than to force myself to eat ground turkey or force myself to eat vegetables I don't like, I just eat the vegetables I do like, eat the meats I do like, and try not to force myself to eat anything seafood. I did try some scallops when we went to the Japanese grill. He had some, but I didn't like it. Mm-mm. I watch him cook it on Hell's Kitchen all the time, but no, not my thing. Chicken is my vegetable. Yeah. A lot of these shows that I'm watching, they'll eat like chicken with a side of hamburger meat. Yeah. That's how extreme they are on it. Where's the beef? What's that? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Is that good?
Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. So yeah, I do eat Greek yogurt and cottage cheese. I eat both of those. I like both of those. A lot of times I'll take the Greek yogurt and okay, stop making all the rat. Can you just put that up, please? Hubby's coming in with a bunch of stuff and I'm like, stop rattling packages and be quiet. Hubbies are distracting. So I'll take the yogurt and I'll mix it in some protein powder, and then I will get on the stove over here and I will put a little bit of avocado oil, and I will put some blueberries in there, some nice organic blueberries, and I will cook those and I'll kind of smash the blueberries down where it'll make a compote. I put that on top of the yogurt, and then I'll add maybe a little bit of chia seeds and maybe like some nuts like pecans or walnuts or something like that. And that will be like my breakfast or lunch, depending on, or snack if I didn't eat enough at a meal. That's one of my favorites. I love eating. Don't we all? Jan loves mud bugs. Don't know what mud bugs are. Yeah. 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 Eggs are a little more challenging, but I do eat them. I have noticed though, making the eggs into chaffles, like just Jason Keto, that's really helping, because last night I made those cinnamon toast crunch chaffles, and it was like a dessert, and it had that cinnamon flavor, and I used some organic coconut sugar in it. Those were so good. That was a good snack. So, and you can make those savory too, because today I used the chaffles and I caramelized some onions and put in there and used it in my meat patty. And I made it, I can eat the patty by itself, but I made the chaffles where I could have the burger in the middle of bread. And I basically made a chaffle burger. So it was really good. I liked it. I'm going to do that more often, definitely. Yeah, that's a great lunch. That's a good lunch. Yep. Yep. I would like to make my own salsa maybe this summer. Hello, Reed. Welcome in. I'm definitely on the right road to recovery, and I want to stay on this path. And that's another reason why I rebranded that channel. I wanted to stay accountable for my eating and my exercising and my actions. And so I figured if I put it out there for the whole world, you guys can all see, is she eating right? Is she exercising? If she's not putting out videos, she's not doing something she's supposed to do. So you know that. And you can come to me and say, hey, what you got going over there? Yeah, we don't even have a Chinese restaurant here.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm eating so that I can live longer. Because if I live longer, I can have more time on this earth to help other people through Broken Hearts Ministry, to also witness to people and be God's disciple and be God's light. So I have to be eating healthy so I can be on this earth long enough to be able to help people. So if I don't do that, I won't be here for my family. Baby carrots, that's a good one. I don't know what mud bugs are. Whatever the joke is, went right over my head. You'll have to send me a video on that 9 Acres Family Farm. Email me a video on that. I want to learn more stuff. So I've been following Autumn Bates. Pretty much watched everything she had. And then I started following Lily Kane. And then I kind of got hooked up following Bobby Parrish, who goes around and talks about clean ingredients and healthy food, because we want to make as much at home as we can. But in reality, sometimes we need a little bit of convenience food, and it's nice to know what products are clean products that we can buy and eat and not feel like we're eating poison garbage. Thank you guys for listening. Yep, I like yogurt and cottage cheese. Yes, that is true. I do feel like, though, that the food companies, in my opinion, are trying to kill us with food by putting all this bad stuff in our food. They're basically poisoning our food with bioengineered ingredients and bad food dyes and bad seed oils, and they're making everything cheap. I bet not, Ariella. Yeah, I try to watch my words as much as possible. I'm definitely not perfect, but I try. I've been thinking about trying chaffles. If you want to try chaffles, go over to Just Jason Keto. He has like a bunch of recipes. So you just scroll up and down. He even did a chaffle recipe like every day for the month of December, like last year, maybe. Not this past year, but the year before that. And that's where I found the Cinnamon Toast Crunch video. Yeah. I am not eating healthy for outward appearance. I'm eating healthy so I have more energy, so I can do my ministry, so I can move and do gardening and do, be able to do the things I need to do, take care of the house. I want to have more energy to be able to enjoy the life that God has given me. Ooh, burr. That sounds really cold, Adrian. I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. I read between the little lines, because I type. Yeah, you know who's the worst at typing words, guys? In case you didn't know, Heather with Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. You always have to read between those little lines because I don't know if she talks into her phone and stuff comes out weird, or if she just types really fast and don't watch what she's doing. But she's always like messing stuff up, and I'm like, what is she talking about? Sometimes I have to be like, Heather, question mark. What are you saying? I feel like God can also give you good health if you, have a purpose and you're trying to do things for Him. Mud bugs are crawfish. Okay, see, I didn't know that. I did not know that. Thank you for the clarification because I was like, what are they talking about? Yeah, I feel like God will give you health so you can continue with His ministry. And that's what I want to do. I want to continue with His ministry. So we go out, Mom and I go out once a month and hand out bags to homeless people over in Abilene. So I do have a ministry. I've been doing it about 3 years now. And I have a whole room for ministry and a whole closet for ministry and a whole channel for the ministry. Okay. I will see you there shortly. Jen will be starting in about 3 minutes. If somebody could put up the link to Jan's live. Mud bugs are crawdads. See, you can tell I didn't grow up with that kind of food because I had no idea what y'all were talking about. Food companies make these things addictive, so you'll buy them. Yes, they also make these chemical things in the food that cause you to eat more of them, to send signals to your brain to eat more. So if we stop eating those foods and eat healthier, we won't have those problems. Yeah, I totally know what you're saying there, Charles. Yeah, I got it. I got what you're saying. Big Pharma owns the food companies and they want to give us medicine for the rest of our life. Well, I don't believe that you don't have to take every single medicine the doctor offers you. Oh, yeah. I've listened to some of Dr. Berry's stuff too. Yeah, I have listened to Dr. Berry. Yep, I have come across his stuff. Thank you, Linda. You have to almost get not really obsessed. That's a terrible word, but you almost have to get so focused into it to really get there. And I feel like if I could just, I was like, okay, if I could just get all this bad food out of the house, it will be better. There will be no other choice than to eat the things you're supposed to eat because that's all that's here. So that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to set myself up for success. Now, there are a couple of foods here for my husband that are his foods, but they're not really foods that are tempting to me, so I don't really see them as a problem. Yeah, I don't know if did Heather see what I said? I'm always multitasking. Okay, that's what she said about her typing things weird. Yeah, we try to, yeah. A lot of times we can read between the lines. Like she said windshield, and I knew she meant windshield or wind. I can't even say the right word, but I knew exactly what she meant. Oh, yeah. So that is what I'm doing. Speak to God and he will provide. Yes. I gotta say the most important thing I did for my health this year is I asked for God's help. Because I've never asked for God's help before. And I'm like, you can't do this all by yourself. You need God. So it sounds completely insane. May God bless your ministry. Thank you. Fixation sounds better than obsession, definitely. Yeah. We need to eat like they ate, old school, you know. If your great-great-grandmother didn't eat it, then you don't need to be eating it either. Yeah, hyper-focused. Need to be hyper-focused on what you're doing. Very intentional about everything you put in your mouth. And that also includes drinks. Absolutely everything you put in your mouth. So Janice started on her live. So if you guys will go over there, there's a link put there by Butler Family Farm. Hit that link, go over and say hi to Jan and see what she's talking about over there, her and the boss. Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate all of you. See you guys later. Bye, everybody.